Hey guys, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney, and today you're joining me for a much anticipated video. Today I'm comparing the Kobo Libra Color to the Kindle Colorsoft. Now, if you are on the fence about which one to get, I hope this video gives you some sort of solution or resolution to your first world problem. I have both, obviously, and I am very interested in sharing with you the differences and similarities between the devices. So let's dive in with some background. So I have the Kobo Color here. I have it just on the sleep mode, so it's not bright. And it has the stylus. It does not come with the stylus. The stylus is separate. I'll talk about that in just a minute. And then I also have the Kindle Colorsoft. Now, I don't have the same book on both devices. However, I'm going to try to find similar color displays so that you can see the difference between color. But let's talk about their specs first, and then we'll start comparing their screens. As I always say with my tech videos, I am not a tech YouTuber. I am a girl who loves tech and loves Kindles and has all the e-reader things, and so I love to share what I know and what I've looked up. Okay, so the Kobo Libra Color, I think it came out maybe just over a year ago. I got it last, was it the holidays? No, I got it in the summer. It must have come out in the summer. I'll put down below when it came out. But this device is a 7-inch screen, so very similar to the Kindle Color. It has 300 ppi black and white content and 150 ppi color content. Now, I did see somebody do a video where they were talking about that across the board, the device was the color Kindle is 330 ppi, and that's the same ppi as the black and white, which yes, but only in black and white. The color content is a lower resolution ppi, so just letting you know. And then this has a 32 gigabyte storage. CPU is 2 gigahertz if that matters to you. Obviously it's a touch screen, and then you have the buttons on the Kobo device. So it is a Kobo Libra, and if you have done anything with it, or if you even saw my video, the Kobo Libra is most like, I guess, Amazon's Oasis in the sense that it has the buttons on the side. But the Kobo, unlike the Kindle, has the power button in the back, which is really handy because I don't know about you, but oftentimes I am hitting the color or the on-off button on my Kindle. So that's sort of the specs on the Libra. And then we have the Colorsoft. So if you've been here, and I had a bunch of new subscribers, so welcome if you are new. But the Colorsoft is also a 7-inch screen. I'm going to pull out the specs really quickly. I saw so that screen is the same as the Kobo Libra Color. This one is waterproof. It has wireless charging. And then the PPI for color is 150. And then again, for the black and white, PPI is 300. So again, remembering that in color, you're still getting a dimmer PPI. And then there's no stylus with the Kindle Color, which is interesting because the Scribe does have stylus, and you would think now that we have a stylus in the Amazon ecosystem that they might want to make that available for the Color, but they chose not to. And so we have that in all its glory, and this is pretty new. So again, I believe it's only about 2 weeks old at the time of filming this. And I know they're trying to work out a lot of glitches right now. And a lot of people are unhappy with the Colorsoft and are taking it back. If you watched my video, I did not have that many issues with mine. Some people said they saw a bit of a yellow line at the bottom. I guess faintly, but it doesn't bother me. And sometimes I see it and sometimes I don't. In my naked eye, I don't see it. On the camera, I can see it, so it leads me to believe there's something with the color as well. I'm not going to negate anybody else's experience, but I just don't see that. But the Color Kobo had none of those issues to begin with. So let's do sort of a side-by-side comparison of them. I want to see sort of their speed, their color contrast, and just how they pair up with each other. Okay, if you've been to my channel before, as I said, I'm not a tech reviewer. I just lay my devices out and then you get to see the screens. So here they are side by side. I have this on a cover of a book that I haven't started yet, but I want to. So let's take a look at them at their home screens. Let's kind of get them calibrated to be about the same. So I'm going to turn up max brightness on the Kobo, and then I'm going to turn up max brightness on the Kindle, and it's just different settings. So the brightness on the Kobo says 100, and then the brightness on the Kindle goes up to 24, and then you can do your natural light settings, which is the same thing as the warmth settings on both devices. I don't do those for either device. I don't like them. I don't like that orangey effect even at night, but I don't have my screen that bright. Okay, so looking at them side by side, we can see the colors on the screens. I'm going to go a little bit closer. So the Kobo screen, while it is the same size as the Kindle, doesn't have as much information on it. And so as I get closer, you can kind of see the covers and in the Kindle, and you can see, in my opinion, the colors look a little bit clearer. So some people have asked or talked about like a haziness on the color devices, and I've said before, I don't see a haziness, but it's definitely a filter of color which looks different than what an e-ink black and white would. Side note, this cover is ridiculous, so I'm reading this book but in shame, so I need to change the cover. They need to change it ASAP. Okay, so there's that. Again, on this side, and tell me if you see the difference. It's just a little bit dimmer. Like I said, almost, this one to me looks foggy or hazy. Okay, let's go to the Percy Jackson book on both. Okay, so again, we are looking at the same cover, Percy Jackson, The Chalice of the Gods, and we are looking at this at the highest brightness. So I just want to show you what that looks like. I'm going to turn down the brightness so you can also see what that might look like. And then we'll turn it back up so you can see the screen. Let's see, turn it way down. Okay. So, as we're looking, this is what it looks like when the color is way down. Still a solid color. It looks like a picture to me. And here, the colors are here, just a little less vibrant. And I do have the settings on the color Kindle on standard color because you can make it vibrant, but I have it on standard. So I'm going to turn it back up because we need to be able to see the screen. I'm going to do the same over here. Okay, so if you've had a Kobo before, one thing that's really cool about it is the way that it tracks pages. So if I go forward on a book, I can see up top how many times I need to click the button to get to the next section. So the copyright was 3 clicks. Table of contents is 5 clicks. Some people really, really like that as opposed to sort of the percentage and the reading guesstimation of your time. I don't mind the guesstimating on Kindle. However, it does sometimes stress me out when it's like 2 minutes left in the chapter and I'm not there yet. I feel like I need to speed up. But you can see that. So I want to show you sort of a little bit of the refresh rate on each device. So what I'm going to do is take the cover and just make it bigger. If I can. There we go. Okay. So as I make the cover bigger, it really looks nice and clear, in my opinion. And then let's do it here. Okay, and see what I see here, unfortunately, is some ghosting on the screen before it sort of like settles into the color. And I'm not seeing ghosting like that. Oh, a little bit. Let's see. I wasn't seeing too much ghosting like that on the Kindle version, right? However, you can see the little like refresh it does to like recalibrate the colors back to where it is. I think they both have really good speed processing. Oh, I'm zoomed in. I'm like, why won't it turn the page? Don't embarrass me now. Okay, so they both have really good page speed turn. I think they're both quality devices in that sense. Let's take a look at something people are really excited about, which is the ability to highlight. Okay, so both of these devices have the ability to highlight. So all you have to do is hold down whatever you want to highlight. Okay, so for each, I have the options. When I picked the word figured, I can highlight, I can note, I can search, and I can get the definition. So as you guys know, pink's my favorite color. So let's see what pink highlighting looks like on each. Okay, I think this is a great example to show you sort of the color diffusion on the Kobo Libra. You could see this is more of a dull pink, and this one pops just a little bit more. So again, great color on both. I just think the Kindle is a little bit brighter than what we see on the Kobo. And we can try again by changing the color to, let's say, blue. And again, we're seeing that color match as well. Okay, now something that the Kindle just completely dropped the ball on, like I said, is the ability of having a stylus. So the Kobo Stylist, I'll show it when I switch the screen, but this goes for $69.99 on the Kobo store. And it's even better to me than the Scribe pencil because you can literally just write on the screen. I'm not a lefty, but I play one on TV. You could just literally start writing right there and decide what it is you want to come back to. You can say, wow, my goodness, okay? And it's right on the screen versus on the Kindle, you can make notes, right? But again, you're making a note, you're coming up with a little box and you're having to type something in. And that's even on the Scribe, and you can type or write in with the pen. So I love what they did with this tool, a great way to annotate. Okay, let's go back to talking about which device you should pick. Okay, before we get into the device that I think you should pick, just want to show you the Kobo Stylist. And again, this is $69.99. It's all black. It comes with nibs if you want to, when you need to change them out. And then this top part is an eraser, so you can just erase on the screen, just like this. Show you, right? And you can even erase the highlighting. So that's really cool. And again, the Kindle, you have to buy a special pen in order to do that. And this is just the standard stylus too. So again, I do think they're winning on that front because it is amazing. The only bad thing about this, and this could just be a me thing, is that the Kindle Scribe has that side piece that magnetizes the pen right there. It's just like an iPad, and the Kobo does not necessarily stick right there. It sticks here. And I don't have a case with a holder, which is my fault. However, I did lose one pin. I couldn't find it. I bought another one, and then I found the pin, of course. But I think because they don't stick together, it was really easy to get lost. So I think both devices are solid devices, right? The question is, you know, how do they compare with each other? I think just timing wise, since the Kobo is slightly older than the Color Kindle, the Color Kindle is going to get a little bit more speed. However, their screens are pretty much the same when it comes to specs, but I could see a clear difference in sort of like the overlay of the screens and how bright the Kindle Colorsoft color is in comparison to the Kobo. Now, if you are interested in a Kobo or Kindle, they are pretty comparable when it comes to like device ability. If you want Kindle Unlimited, you can do that on the Kindle. If you want something that's a comparison to that, would be Kobo Plus. They're both, well, Kobo Plus is $9.99 a month, and Kindle Unlimited I think now is $11.99 a month. I've had both, but I still have Kindle Unlimited because I find there's so many good books on there, and a lot of books that are new-ish, such as Fourth Wing and things like that. The Kobo Plus library is not as robust, in my opinion, as the Kindle Unlimited library. However, I know there are politics around that as it goes with how authors are paid, what authors want to be on the Kobo platform versus the Kindle platform. And so due to that, I think the overall library of Kobo Plus books is just a little bit smaller, in my opinion. They both have, like I said, great speed. You're able to get to your books really quickly. However, the Kobo does have Overdrive built right in. So Overdrive and Libby are pretty much the same thing. I believe all was Overdrive and then it went to Libby, at least in my library. But Overdrive and Libby give you the ability to rent or borrow library books from your library digitally. And for the Kobo, it's right there. So when you're looking to discover and find a new book, you can search it. You can put your search option as either the Kobo store or Overdrive, and it will look for it right on Overdrive, and you can either borrow it or you can place a hold, just like you would on Libby, except it's not integrated with the Kindle right now. You would literally have to go to your phone or another device to borrow the book from Libby, and then that gets sent to your phone. I've also seen, and I have tried this, if you have both devices, you can offload your Kindle books to the Kobo. It's not complicated, but you need a software called Libra. I will link the video of how to do that. I saw another booktuber's video, like a step-by-step tutorial on how to do it. And I did move some books, but not all, because it was just a little bit of a tedious process, and I didn't want to do that. But I will link that video. I think when it comes to deciding which device you want, I always am going to enable you to get as many devices as you want. Be in all the ecosystems. It doesn't matter if you like them. But if I had to choose again, which is one of the questions in my comments, I would not have gotten a Kobo because I'm so deeply rooted in the Amazon ecosystem for my library. So in order to use my Kobo, I have to make a decision on which books get on my Kobo versus my Kindle. I have way more books on my Kindle. However, I am intentionally finding books that I might want to read on the Kobo. Price for me doesn't matter because what I've seen here in the US is that they're generally comparable. If a book is $10.99 on the Kindle, it's $10.99 on Kobo. The books that are on like daily deals for like $1.99 or $2.99 are the same on each platform. So it really just depends on where you want to read your books. So for instance, I have the Percy Jackson book on both. I don't know why, but I do. Leather and Lark I have here. And then I have, oh, I clicked it by accident. And then I have books like Perfect Fit by Claire Gilmore, which I haven't read any of her books before. However, I was interested, so I decided to get it on the Kobo. Same with Annie Bot. I decided to get that on the Kobo. And there's no real rhyme or reason for me on which ones I get on the Kobo versus the Kindle. It really just depends on like what I haven't used recently. And so I'm trying to do a better job with reading and finishing books on the Kobo. However, I will say this. I have yet to finish a whole book on the Kobo, and I don't know what it is, but something about it doesn't hit the way reading on the Kindle does for me. And I know it's totally subjective and my own thing, but every book that I have read on the Kobo is in process. And so I find that to be very interesting. But yeah, so those are my sort of thoughts on which one you should get. I think if you are, like I said, in the Kindle world and all your books are in the Kindle library, there's not really a need for a Kobo. It is a cool device and it's really well made. It feels great in the hand, but then you're kind of duplicating books. Unless you intend on really transferring your Kindle library to your Kobo library, then by all means. If you also just want 2 devices from both ecosystems, go for it. You know, I'm going to support you in that. I love that for you, and totally think that is worth it as well. But those are my initial thoughts as I compare the Kindle Colorsoft to the Kobo Color. Comment down below what you think. Tell me if you saw any of the brightness differences, the highlighting color differences. What did I miss? I'd be happy to take a look at other things if you have more questions about the 2 devices together. And then tell me which one you have or which one you think you're going to get, because you have options and you have to decide what is right for you, whether it's the Kindle, the Kobo, or both. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.